The week-long ceasefire in Jacksonville is now over, but community leaders say the work is just beginning. We first told you about a ceasefire declared by the Northside Coalition February 23rd, but the question is, was it successful? On Your Side's Alex Asitis joins us with reaction tonight. Alex?
It's not the exact results that Ben Frazier of the Northside Coalition was hoping for. The week-long ceasefire marred by the death of a Northside teen. Now family as well as leaders say it's not going to stop them in the pursuit of peace.
It raised people's consciousness and attitude to address the issue of gun violence in this city.
Ben Frazier, the founder of the Northside Coalition, speaking out Sunday after a week-long ceasefire he called officially ended over the weekend. Frazier says looking at the numbers, the campaign's efforts were a success. In the 7 days prior to the ceasefire, 5 confirmed murders by the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. During the effort, JSO confirmed just 1. 16-year-old Adrian Gaynor killed in a Northwest Jacksonville apartment complex. First Coast News was at the memorial on Wednesday when Gaynor's mother vowed to find her son's killer and do everything she can to stop the violence.
I just want justice for my child. I'm going to rock this city until they get justice for my baby. We got to stop allowing this to happen. Definitely, but I'm not going to stop.
Frazier says the efforts to spread the message across the city will continue, estimating some 2,000 people have already been reached in higher crime neighborhoods through canvassing and door knocking, he said.
Push for people to negotiate and mediate and not retaliate.
Frazier says calling a permanent ceasefire is not off the table, recruiting those in the religious communities and others to drive the message home.
My faith is strong that as a city and as a citizen, I know that we shall overcome.
Frazier said he's also reaching out to city leaders to make sure that gun violence stays on the top of their priority list. Reporting from downtown, Alex Asitis, First Coast News, on your side.